All right. Okay, so this is my current mouse. It's currently plugged in right now. This is a dollar store, trash dollar store Kensington mouse. Cost me about $10. And we're just going to, sorry, I was on Discord there. So we're just gonna take this thing apart. It's like this is a mouse my buddy gave me. It's a different one. This is like a Chinese gaming mouse. It's not the best, not the worst. Something you can get off the internet. This is I've already kind of got ahead of myself a little bit here. We've got a little bit of cleaning agents. These aren't the right cleaning agents either, because everything's hard to get right now, which is ridiculous. Whatever. And this is the first kind of video like this. Anyway, what else? So I'm just gonna get all the stuff ready here. One moment. Back at it. Okay. So with the help of these tools, okay, got some tweezers. We got some good old screwdrivers, for some small screwdrivers, mini screwdrivers for this type of work. Now we have a couple solvents. These aren't really good. I don't recommend any of these that I'm using right now, but this is what I have. This is what I got nail polish remover. This is just to get stickiness. There's a couple stickers I wanted to remove. They didn't have to be removed, okay? Because nothing's under the actual serial number and all that, which makes sense. I got this isopropyl alcohol. It's 70%. It's trash. Don't get 70%. Get like 90 or above, because you want it to be able to evaporate. You know what I mean? You can't have moisture in your electronics, right? So that's why you want like 99%. This is a cheap Chinese mouse, so I'm using cheap stuff to clean it and fix it, or see what's going on with it. So just to show you, I kind of got ahead of myself. Like I said, we kind of cleaned the bottom a little bit. See, it's still a little bit gunky, but we just took the sticker off and kind of, I honestly thought this, I was feeling around, I felt this divot, and I thought this was a screw hole. And I went online and kind of looked up the serial number and stuff, and turns out, well, if you ever wonder how to take these apart, you go online, look up the serial number. Turns out is under this sticky here that, you know, sits right here. It's all curled up because I unstuck it, but, you know, kind of deal. Here are your screws, okay? So that's how you find your screws, that they're under the little padding. Now this sucks because like this is what's going to keep the mouse running smooth, so I'm going to have to find a way to stick this back on. Or what you would have to do is find something equally tactile to, or not non-tactile, equally smooth to put here, you know what I mean? So, yeah. So, yeah, it sucks. You don't have that equally smooth material. You're going to have to reuse what you have, just re-glue it. You know, I didn't use any solvents here. I just peeled it off clearly, as you can see. Here I use solvents because I didn't want this to be sticky when I was moving my mouse around, right? After the fact. So we're just going to go ahead and, so these are our star. We're going to go ahead and use a star screwdriver, right? Okay. So I'm going to take this apart, so you can see what's going on here. Oh, you definitely can't. So continue to take that apart, right? Get one screw, and take this one apart. Okay. Screw number 2. Perfect. Now this should come off. Are you kidding me? It's gonna make us, it makes you take off all the stickies. Wow, they make you take off all the stickies. Okay, so screws you don't want to lose. You don't want to lose your screws, so you want to have a little container somewhere you can put them where they won't fly around. You want to, you know, this is a huge issue with taking things apart. Once again, this is like a Chinese mouse or knockoff mouse, cheap mouse. I don't want to say that everything that comes from China is cheap, because it's not, but they do mass manufacture things. Anyway, they're a little bit more quantity than quality sometimes. Okay, so anyway, so yeah, so I guess we're gonna have to undo this sticky. So I guess I can show you how I did this. I'm going to just, now you can use a knife, a razor blade. If you use a razor blade, to be very careful, but I'm pretty good with my nails, even when I don't have them. But again, without a long, sharp object, you're gonna have to do it this potentially blunting the sticky. Just want to go nice and easy. Oh yeah. Okay, so on these cheap ones, they really make it unforgiving. So you really gotta baby this little layer here, because like I said, it's got that smooth fudge. Oh no, we're good. Okay, it's got that smooth top surface, right? So you want to keep that so that you have a smooth gaming experience. Anyway, unless you can replace it with something that would equally, you know, give you that buffer. So again, 2 more screws. Let's take these out. And we're just doing this. I'm by no means a tech expert. We're just doing this as little amateurs. If you're trying to save money, you want to take apart the cheap gaming mouse that you got from a friend, like I did, or something similar. Okay, this is not working. We need a bigger star. Which do we have it? Ooh, no. Oh yeah, we do. Yeah, this should do. I don't want to strip this guy. And it helps if these are magnetic. So people freak out like, you're not supposed to put magnets in your computer. Magnets in your computer. It's computers, blah blah blah. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, so now that we got all this taken apart, now we can open her up. Open up the housing. We're gonna open the housing properly, not like dum dum. So. Okay, right, and there we go. There is everything. Got LEDs in here. I don't know why. I don't know if this mouse lights up. Oh, it must light up. Yeah, okay, that's cool. That's nice. It looks not bad. It's a little hairy in there, but we can see that. Is the camera over here? I don't know what the camera is anymore. Let's try to focus in on this. Yeah, not too bad. It's not really focusing, but yeah, it's not too bad. All right, zoom back in there. Okay, so yeah, not too bad. It's a little bit clear there. Yeah, it's a little hairy. Oh, this seems to be working fine anyway. This isn't the issue that I've been having with the mouse yet. So I'll just leave that there. We'll get all the hair out. So this is the part that I'm having problems with. So it's these buttons here. So what happened is on this particular mouse, this guy right here is not bouncing back. So there's something wrong here. Okay, that's a bit more complicated than I wanted it to be. So yeah, we're gonna have to take apart this whole fucking housing. So you see this? This is nice and crispy. It feels good. When I hit this, look at that. In, out, right? I hit this, it's like, hits this one. Kind of almost like catching up on the other. It's caught up on the other button. Okay, I see. Button's kind of janked up. How the fuck am I gonna fix that? I gotta get in there. Try and see. I mean, no harm in trying. Okay, see, we're gonna have to do this systematically. This plate is holding in, because the plate is holding in the white piece. The white piece is held in by the screws. You know, just a basic Legos. You know, like I said, I'm no expert. You're no expert. You just... Humans are built to take things apart. I'm sorry. I know. Just 2 more screws. I don't want to lose those. Move this plate here. This is a fucking massive. This is a weight. This is a weight plate. Does not go like that though. It goes the other way. It goes like this. I guess sure. Okay. So now we got these. You guys. One, 2. Two little fellas. And this should... Okay, that black piece is holding things into... Okay, I see what that is. That's the scroll wheel. Gonna take this apart. Okay, scroll wheel. Okay, we're gonna put these 2 over here. Take the... Oh no, it's not the scroll wheel. It's the middle mouse or middle or DPI button, I guess. Keep that with that. This should pop out. Perfect. A little bit cruddy, not too bad. This. When I popped off, then your girl gave me just a little bit of lockjaw. Ahar, there it is. It's got it was a pincher. So you had to remove these 2 fronts and then the pincher on the back. Just pinched here. See this hole here? That's where it's pinched. Me smart guy. Me puzzle guy. Okay. So now we have access to these. So this is... That works fine. This... It still feels okay. I don't know. When I popped up, need just a little bit of watch. Aha! There it is. Oh, maybe that was the problem. You just push this down. They come out. Cool. Yeah, that's the other thing that sucks. I don't have a can of air. Do I have a can of air? I might have a can of air somewhere. Let's see. Let's go see if I have a can of air. Okay, I do have a can of air. absolutely key to all this shit. Now, the thing is, with can of air, you gotta be careful, right? You deal with little screws, you got a can of air. Some shit can go down. Okay, my lighting just got shoved over there. Okay. But we'll be okay, because we're gonna can of air it over here. The screws are over here, so we should be okay. So this. Fine. These. Okay. So I don't think, you know what I think it was, is that these have to be pushed in all the way. I think this guy was coming loose or something. He wasn't pushed in all the way. So by me taking it out, like, it completed what was wrong with it. So I would have had to just force it back up into its housing. Otherwise, the other thing I'm thinking is that this, so it sits, the one that's fucked up is here, right? The one that's fucked up is right here. This is the one that's good. So the only thing I could think of, it doesn't look like it's fucked up, is that this housing down here is not holding it properly anymore. And that's why it's getting caught up somewhere in this. They look angled the same way, right? Like the housing, everything looks good. It looks a little bit cruddy here, maybe. It does look a little frayed here, like it might get caught up, like it's almost like not smooth. I don't know, could be the issue with this. This is a little bit of isopropyl. Just cleaning it a bit. Just give it a little clean in. It's not that dirty, to be honest. A little bit dirty. A little bit stanky. So are these both identical? No. See? It's supposed to sit kind of like that, alright? Okay. So, let's see. No, it looks pretty good down there. I'm not gonna lie. It doesn't look too bad. So it doesn't look too defective, really. I mean, I guess the wall looks a little bit fucked up, but it should be fine. Alright, well, does this actually help everything a bit? Yeah, it kind of helps everything. Kind of helps us see what we're doing. Okay, let's get into the process of putting a sec together. So let's start like this. So this is our cocksucker. This is the one that's been giving us a problem. So we're gonna take this, put him back into his home, up here, and we want him to snap in. So, see, it looks fine. See, all the way down. It doesn't look like there's a little bit of a gap there. But it shouldn't. Oh, it feels better now. Let's put the other one in and see how that's like. See, it follows the right. It's coming in, going up, and we're up, and we're snapped in. Everything looks good. Okay, this one didn't have an issue, so we don't have to inspect as much. It sounds a lot better than it did. Feels better than it did. Definitely feels better than it did. Feels a lot more like this one now. Maybe we fixed it. Maybe that's all it took. So weird. It's just hunks of plastic. You know what I mean? There's no mechanism. It's not really mechanical. You know what I mean? It's just hunks of plastic. Weird. I don't know. This must have been not sitting properly. It must have just popped out a little bit, and feels a lot better though. And that's it. Now we just have to do the reverse order of operations. So before we got these guys out, we had an issue with this. So we're trying to figure out the pincer with this. So right, we're just gonna take this, put it back on here. Right. You drag it forward and then in. Are they just okay? It just snapped in. I didn't have to use too much force. You don't want to use too much force when doing any of this stuff. But I just kind of fiddled with it, slightly increased my pressure until it kind of. I didn't have to pry anything. I just lightly increased pressure until it kind of snapped on. Okay, we're still good. It still feels good. Still feels good. I'm gonna snap. See this right here? These guys is gonna snap on. Now usually you could just pull these off, but like it's nicer to have that little extra pressure to, you know, just give it a little bit more of a gentle. There you go. That's back on. Okay. Still feels okay, but it does feel a little bit janky. This feels like maybe it was pushed in too much at one point. Feels better now though. I don't know, feels better now. Let's see. Okay. So now little rock star. Yeah, look at that. That fits beautifully. Yeah, sorry, I fucked up. Now we put the middle mouse button back in. There we go. Just step by step. Don't lose your screws, you know. I said not too tight. Oh, okay, don't let it make that sound. Not too tight. It's okay to make that sound once, but don't let it make that sound again. You don't want to tighten any of this stuff tight, because that's not good. So I'm nimble enough to get my chunky fingers in here. You might have a bit more of a hard time. Whoop, whoop. There we go. Yeah, if I can screw that bad boy back on. This guy, we can just go like this. Okay. Whoop. This guy's back in. Good. 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 Ooh, I tightened that one a little bit more and it shouldn't have been able to move. It's because I murked the threads on it. Not good. Not good. When you hear a squeak, that's bad. Do not tighten to the squeak. Yeah, I'm not missing anything else. Sits on really nice. This still feels feels good. Feels like it's supposed to. With the big screws, this is easier to put in with your fingers to start, right? Well, I find it. may not be for everyone. It might be easier for you to just slightly, you know, mess with the magnet on the screwdriver, but now I gotta get, the thing that sucks about this is now I gotta get some type of glue, probably just like any type of glue, really, like construction paper glue, just some type of glue so it'll stick onto it. It doesn't have to be super glue. If you're gonna use super glue though, do not use a lot. You can scrape off super glue, but it's a beach, and if you're gonna super glue these pads on, you want to use a tiny bit, and don't expect to take them off again because you're gonna ruin the pad. So just use normal glue, construction glue, whatever. Just stick them back on, it's fine. Okay, this feels a lot better, like I said. Okay, let's get this, get the housing back on. This looks good and clean. There's nothing really wrong with that. Doesn't look too dirty. Does it have a brush? Does a mouse wheel have a brush? How do you tell? No, it's gotta have a sensor. Yeah, there it is. Anyway, okay. So we're gonna put this housing back together. Feels good, feels great, looks good, looks great. Go, little rock star. So, I'm gonna put my back ones in first. Not that it really, I don't think the order really matters. If you want to be a real hot guy, you're gonna do it in a crisscross fashion. So these are the two I remember being in front. So I'm gonna do like a star pattern for extra security. And if you could see, I kind of wound up, that was a little tight. I kind of wound up my mouse cord just so it's not in the way. It's a little bit of a pain when it's not, when it is in the way, so. Okay. I'm actually in a Discord right now as we do this with my buddy who gave me this. Alright. And that's how you hot guy tighten. Okay, so then let's see if we can just see if we can cheese these on. They're never gonna stick the same way they did, but you know, if we could, like I said, cheese it on. I'll just re-glue them properly later. I would recommend definitely you get a like an adhesive under this. Like I said, any type of glue, probably a stick of glue. I think a stick of glue would be perfect. This kind of feels like what this glue is, almost like a stick glue, like you would get at a fucking corner store. I just want to kind of try to put that back where it was exactly. I'm just using the top of my nail to press this out. You know, you can use anything. You can just go like this. Okay, and it doesn't look too bad, to be honest. I mean, it's a little bit crinkled where I peeled it initially, but you know, it's not too bad. Looks pretty good. And you know what? Hey, look at that. This is the one we had an issue with. Feels good. There it is. There it is. We're good. Working out. Perfect. Oh. Oh. No. No! Oh, it does feel better, but you know what? It has a... Yeah. Huh. Yeah, it does feel better, but it's almost like somebody... It's almost like my buddy who had it may have raged and squeezed. That's what I think happened. He raged and squeezed it in, and it deformed the plastic. So now if you do anything but a light... If you do anything but a light click, it'll force it in. Because when I find when I push hard, it kind of... Oh, still pretty good, but... When I push hard, though, I feel it get stuck. So that's what it is. That's definitely what he did. He raged, and he fucking... and squeezed... and pushed it in. That's my forensic analysis, anyway. So, these are the tools we used. A little bit of ISO to clean up the plastic, or the gunkiness of the stickers that we didn't need to take off because I was confused. I thought this divot here was the screw hole. Turns out it's all under this, okay? So it worked out. Like I said, there wasn't much to look at. There wasn't much to really do with it. I just opened it up, kind of gave it a look-see, reset everything, and it's 1,000 times better than it was, but it didn't fix anything. But now we know what the problem is, right? I mean, it fixed things, but it didn't fix them, right? We didn't do anything to... We need a new one of these guys, is what I'm thinking, because it's deformed. The other thing we could have done is went online or compared it to the other one and looked at the angles that I didn't realize. Now I'd have to go back in it. We could have looked at the angle sideways to see if maybe that one plastic piece... this one's all right. But this one has the reverse problem, actually. I should probably take apart my dollar store mouse and fix this. It's not actually a reverse problem. It's just the way they designed it. This is very... You're more so... When you're going to click on this one, you're almost... I don't know. You almost feel more like you're pushing on this than the mouse button. You know what I mean? But it's not too bad. It's like this one's got... You know, it's got an extra button here. It's got... Feels a little bit more tactile. It's got RGB. Right, let's plug it in and see if it's still working. Turn this off. We don't need that much lighting now. But does it work? Yeah. Feels good. Looks good. Cash. Yeah, it's working out. We're good. Cool. We're good. We're cool. Everything works. We got RGB. Beautiful. Beautiful. Goes with the headset. And that's it. I guess I really appreciate you watching the video. And that's kind of how you do a little bit of maintenance on these guys. This particular mouse, if you want to see... The serial number on this guy is BWG66, I think. It's just like a Wish mouse, a cheap knockoff Chinese mouse. So, well, not knockoff, but it's better than a dollar store mouse, right? It's cheap, internet mouse, and it's good stuff. Can't complain. This one I got this for free from my buddy. And it worked out. So, yeah, if you get stuck with your stuff, I hope this helps you. Kind of take apart your mouse and kind of see if you can make it a little bit better. Like I said, I wanted a nice gaming mouse. My buddy gave me this one for free. And we got her going. Okay, so... Once again, this concludes the video. Just trying to get a different angle here. I had this the whole time we were working, but I wasn't recording. I was just showing my buddy what I was doing. But it kind of worked out, like I said. We're going to have to work on this a little bit more. The device is a little bit roketed, so yeah, we'll figure that out eventually. Yeah, all right.